Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today's video, we're back on the YouTube account and we're going to be talking about everybody's absolute favorite thing, which is collections. Now, overall, collections are going to be the game changer, whether it is the Nightmare Corridor, the Cursed Realm, or the Treasure Scramble. This is going to be kind of the make it or break it, especially if you are free to play to AFK Arena. These are the strongest. They have replaced the regular artifacts. They have replaced the class-specific artifacts. And if you don't have these built, and of course you do have to have the heroes to build these, but the higher the collections, the better. Now, of course, these are super, super difficult still to get a hold of, to get enough staffs to get some of legendary totems. But players have slowly realized that even with the epic totems or with the rare totems, they are still seeing a lot of gameplay. And below, I'm going to share with you guys this massive, massive guide, which I know we've seen before. That is the collections, and it has also been updated. So Nyla's in here. We do have Shuna in here. There's a lot of heroes in here that are new based on the collections. Now, again, collections are super, super hard to build. They do take a lot of time and effort, but the continuous effort and really looking at some of these collections, guys, I have some pretty garbage collections, which is 100% on me for not getting better collections. Even looking here, guys, we only have 3. So when it comes to a lot of game modes, I am kind of short on what we do have built based on the collections that we have. So I want to run through here, see exactly if we can get some more of these, because again, I feel like it's a really, really big miss. I'm not having a lot of these collections built. I've recycled a lot of these. And again, thinking of the ones that we have here, yes, we need some better collections. So I'm going to have to spend probably the next, because we get 7 attempts every single week, but spending probably the next month or 2 actually building out some of these collections. Now, of course, within here, we do have 8. Now, arcane staffs, if you're not buying them out of the store, unfortunately, you're not going to have an opportunity to get them. And then the same rings true when it comes to Miracle Worker and when it comes to the level ups. As you can see, we don't have any level ups in here, but if you're looking to build very, very specific builds on a couple of heroes, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're building and what collection you're building. Now in here, I'm going to build Tassie's collection, and I'm going to show you what one we're going for, just kind of based on that spreadsheet. So right down here in the bottom, and I know it's a little hard to see, full attack, we have the energy recovery, the attack, and the magical pierce. We are going to try to build a collection for Shuna, and this of course is based on the treasure scramble. So even looking down here, Cursed Realm, this makes a really big difference in a lot of different game modes on what you're building, on who you're using it on. Again, it makes a really big difference because you'll see some of those are using, Rowan's collection in here. Some of these are using right here, depending it's PvP. It is Tassie's collection, and these collections are going to vary depending on what game mode you're in. So that is the reason when we talk about really having the ability to build out these collections in their entirety, there is no set collection. And honestly, running in here with the best collection that you can get is going to make a really big difference, because it's super imperative to try to get the best collections you can just based on what you have. So Tassie's collection, again, I'm thinking of building it out for Shuna, which is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to slide this over to my other screen so I can try to focus and really build. Now, of course, this comes with a super high RNG element, but looking here, right on the bottom, you are guaranteed 3 mythic abilities if you use at least 3 legendary bizarre totems. So we're going to go in here and looking at our legendary bizarre totems. Miracle Worker, I'm not going to use because, of course, we're not going for the level in here. We are just going for the base one. We're going to stay with the level 1. But looking at something like right here, this is Magical Pierce, which again, she does have Magical Pierce on there. Rangers we're not using, tanks we're not using, and even looking here, Sturdy Shield. This, of course, is more of a defensive, but looking at defense, full defense, damage resistance, things of that nature could make a big difference in here. And we want to make sure that we're trying to use 3 of our totems. Right here is the attack, so the crit rating we do not want, but Energy Riptide, now this is one of the only ways you can get energy recovery rating, or the ERR. Now there is a very, very small chance that you could get it just randomly pulled. So again, looking in here, we have energy recovery, we have a defensive relic, which I know we're going to pick up some, and then we're looking right here in Magical Pierce. We could also drop this one out and see by chance with a level that we could actually get a level skill out of here, or a couple different ones depending on what we're looking. This is going to give us more attack abilities, but we want to make sure, and again, running through here, that we are going to have the ability to actually pick up 3 of the guaranteed red, 3 of the mythic abilities in here. So let's see what we get in here based on Tassie's collection. start exploring, guys. Fingers crossed again. I know this is a very, very big RNG spot. So let's go to the quick explore. Boom, we got some attack right off the bat. Now, of course, attack is good on her, but we want the full attack. So insight is not on our list. We don't have full buffer. We don't have life leech. So again, nothing here to really go ahead and swap. So we'll abandon this one. Continue exploring some more blue, which again, we're looking for full attack. Full attack is going to be the one we're looking for. Of course, we have attack. If we can't have full attack, at least we can buff her up. So what we're building on Shuna and what we're building with these collections specifically is the ability to essentially make these heroes a lot stronger with the buffing ability that she's gonna pull within here. So I'm hoping, there we go. So there's a full buffer. There's some magical pierce, which again is a little bit lower than the full attack, but this could also yield us some combinations. This is going to be a tough one. And again, this is where the RNG aspect comes in. I usually wouldn't get rid of the magic pierce, but again, I'm not too worried about the damage she's putting out. That gives us our first one, which is magic pierce. 2 of the 3 were magic pierce. So we got that one. Again, we might get a swap in here based on what we have. So full buffer right there. Again, combination, we can put in some full buffer, some full defense. Now, we do want the full defense, but again, we want it higher. We are shooting for what we can get. So there is a higher level full defense, full attack. Now, maybe we can get a swap in here. Yeah, I'm worried about doing a swap with this one. Full defense, again, another pretty decent one. Let's go ahead and swap this one. We got a buffer, and I'm wondering what we're going to get if we can get a swap. There we go. So magical pierce. Let's see if we do have a full attack in here. Just kind of base, there's a full buffer. I don't think we have seen a full attack. There it is. There's a full attack. Yes, so full attack. So again, we are looking to have the ability to have Shuna with this relic, or excuse me, with this collection, but we also want Shuna to have the ability to buff this up as much as possible. So full defense, again, full defense we want to look at, but full defense, we want full attack or the energy recovery. I don't think we have seen energy recovery at this point either, which we have not. So again, full defense might be worth it. We could swap this to an attack. I believe we have one down here. Now, attack is even showing a little bit higher as a probability, or a little bit better than we are seeing with our magical pierce. The full defense to energy recovery. There we go. Damage resistance, energy recovery rate. Okay, pretty good there. But again, that just gives us the 3. Now, based on this, we were guaranteed to get 3. And unfortunately, that's exactly what we got. So looking over here, we want the full attack. That is what we were really shooting for. Then, of course, the energy recovery rate. This is going to give the ability to actually buff it up a little quick. We want some full attack, and I would go for some attack just based on the attack, the magical pierce, where we're at. So this one, again, I'm going to go with the attack in here. So pretty decent collection. So we got the full attack. Again, we could probably buff this up a little bit, but looking here, damage resistance, the full damage, or the full defense, and then damage resistance, yeah, was number 2. So we can even do this one. We can go in here for some more damage resistance. And then even here, 1.24. I know the dissolve up here, but not too worried about that. Let's go with this one. So that is going to etch the collection. Do you want to etch this ability for collections with 3 or more? Recasting is available. So unfortunately, we only got 3 and we didn't get any of our higher level on there. So again, this is a collection. Now, why does it make a big difference with the collections is if you're looking at the collection specifically, we built out the Tassie collection. We got it with 3 of our mythic abilities, which that's not the one we got. Full attack, full attack. See, we got some pretty decent ones in here. There's the energy recovery. Now, if we look at modified, this again is going to make a big difference right here. Use 12 of 30 legendary bizarre totems to unlock the next hero slot. So I have to use 18 legendary bizarre totems to have the ability to actually have a 4th hero to use this. And that rings true for all of these. So when you look at the collections themselves, you have to have some really high collections. Honestly, built even here, we have 18 of 30. So I need to use 12 more legendary bizarre totem in this one specifically. Now, what I mean by that is when you look at the totems here on the bottom, you can see there are a bunch of different collections in here. Based on the collections is based on how many I need to use of this specific collection. So what I mean by that is we could go in here and we could go in for, let's say, a collection like this, to unlock another slot, I need to use 12 more legendary bizarre totems, meaning that coming in here on the Ghoulish gallery, and I know I get a lot of questions about this, we would have to come in here, we would have to pick the collection we want, we'd have to use 3 more of our legendary bizarre totems, so these ones right on the very top, and that of course would take us from 18 using those 3 all the way up to 21, and at 21 we would still need to use 9 more of these. So essentially, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I used every single bizarre totem I had here, I could unlock 1 more slot for that collection. So if you're thinking about larger accounts, if you're thinking about whales, that's a game changer, because they could have all of the slots unlocked in their entirety, because they had the ability to get a lot of these legendary totems, and they have been farming the legendary totems. Now, it doesn't make a difference the mythic abilities or how many collections you have. It is the utilization of the legendary bizarre totems, which of course do make a really big difference. And of course, looking at the level, if you have the ability to get a level out of here, makes a difference in here when you're building these out. Then of course, you can take your rare totems, combine them to our epic, and then epic of course are going to be recycled. Now this is very important, because remember, we're utilizing a lot more of these out of what we have right now, and getting a lot of these out of the Stargazer and also the Temple of Time. So as we get a new hero, 1 more legendary bizarre totems, which is Final Descent. We do get 10 more recast elixir. Could have saved some of those, but overall, you know what? It was well worth it to use them, because that did give us the ability to get another legendary bizarre totem. And again, this is just what you're going to do day after day, week after week, using all of your attempts. And of course, if you get an absolute garbage collection, and some players didn't realize this either, so we go all the way down here, let's say this is a garbage collection, which it looks like, we can sell this. It is going to yield us some diamonds. So you can even pick up a couple free diamonds in here. And then of course, those diamonds can translate over to the store to actually buy some of these. Now, of course, pre-order list, I'm going to go ahead and drop the arcane staffs in there. I know personally, I've really had to step it up when it comes to the progression that I want to make. I feel like the heroes are there. I feel like the collections that personally that I have are super lacking when it comes to building them up. And of course, equipping them is a nightmare all in itself. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.